take a look at a Type C thermal camera that's attachable to either ISO or Android, but you are going to require Type C. They give you a little cloth to clean it up. You are going to require an app to download and control the actual module. We're going to take a look at the controllers and see how this works. And right now we have a little cooler that we're testing it out, make sure that we are getting high cooler heat in here. So that's why we're testing these out, but I'm going to use this for much more than that. There's a lot of features that you can use this with this. So take a look at it and we're gonna test it out. So let's go ahead and put it together and see how it works. All right, here's the actual thermal camera. Try not to touch the lens, all right? It gets fingerprints easily. So find your Type C, and this is a large Android Samsung Galaxy 26 Ultra, all right? So that's what we have it, pretty much the longest, and I have a case in it here. So let's plug it in. All right, we just plugged it in right now. It's gonna ask us a couple questions as soon as it kicks in, all right? It's gonna ask you what kind of application you wanna set up with this module, right? There's a couple apps that are compatible with it, but we're gonna download the one that we just did right now. So the name of the app is called IR Heat Map, all right? We're gonna open that up. All right, we're just gonna test out the application itself. Right now I changed the colors, all right? Because the colors actually were gray and black, and I kind of like to see color. For example, I'm gonna put my hand in front of it so you guys can see it. Look at the thermal capturing, and right now it says 97 in Fahrenheit, all right? Just to make sure that I put Fahrenheit, but you could change it to Celsius. Now I'm testing out this cooler here in the back, and you can see how blue it is in the actual module itself. And if I put my hand right next to it, look at this. You can see the colors. Now this reminds me of the movie Predator, where that's how you can see heat with the IR, and this is perfect for there that you want to set up something that you want to make sure that it's not capturing any fire or get heating up. If you're a mechanic or engineer or a computer, somebody that's putting things together, this is probably a good module for you guys. Now besides capturing, you could do capture picture or video, so you could do both. If you go video, you just click on it and it starts recording. It's going to save in your files here, and you could hit off. Now measurements, it could measure, change the colors. If you guys can see, it give you different templates in here. Temperatures, I have it in auto for now. There's more settings that you can have in here. You can even change on the dimming. And then of course colors. All these colors are my favorite pretty much. You can set up any color you want, and the original one is the first one in the bottom. If you guys can see how I changed this, but I always prefer something like a little bit more brighter that tells me that, you know, temperatures are a little hot. For example, the module showing me a color. For example, the module right there where it's pointing, and if you guys can see the heat source right now, even if I move the camera to the left, look at that, it's gonna track heat. It's gonna tell you where the heat's at, all right? And that's because that's a module controller for the actual unit itself, but the rest of it's cool. It's telling you where it's actually getting the best cooling. And this is an auto heat source. It auto detects, and I'm gonna move it again. See how it moves the module? So it tells you exactly where the heat source is at in here, right? And if you want, there's a chart on the top that tells you from hot to cold, all right? Hottest is yellow. This area is a little yellow right here, and then cold. Of course, if I put my hand in here, look how hot it got, all right? That's 97. That's pretty much what you see in here. And then once you remove it, it takes a bit to calibration, and you can always go to your library. You can always go to modules. You got more options. You could actually change the rotation of the actual lens if you want from parallel to vertical, but I'm gonna keep it as is. Now, temperatures, we have temperature controls, we have units, auto, and temperature alarms. All right, so temperature alarms is perfect if you want to set up an alarm to certain heats, maybe that it's dangerous for you to walk into, or something's heating up. This is a perfect way to do it. So the module is very, very petite, very small, and very simple to set up. You do need to download the application. The actual manual has the actual information on how to download it. I like that they give you a little area to secure your module at the end of the day, and also cleaner. So hope you guys enjoyed this video.